So it's a pleasure to be here. And according to the Wall Street Journal, corporations have a tendency to try and boost profit margins during periods of elevated inflation, which is pretty much where we are right now at a 7.5% inflation rate. So roughly 2/3 of the largest publicly traded U.S. companies have reported better profits this year than the same period in 2019. So we can assume that they're doing this with pricing since most have been squeezed on cost. So I have two very different thoughts. As a consumer, it is really tough to experience these increases at the gas pumps and at the grocery store. As a marketer, I'm fascinated to see how these companies are actually increasing price. So my curious and quirky topic for this month is pricing strategies with both the large and the smaller companies. And we like to look at this through the lens of what we call the 3 C's of pricing. How are these companies creating value? How are they communicating value? And then how are they capturing value or increasing price? So since we all know and sometimes love Amazon, this is a good place to start. Amazon's creating value by providing more big budget shows on Prime Video like The Wheel of Time, Jack Reacher, the upcoming Lord of the Rings, Ring of Power. They also have an exclusive license with the NFL's Thursday Night Football. So if you didn't have enough football, you get on Thursday night too. And they're expanding the availability for same delivery to 90 metro areas in the US with free shipping on more items and, of course, more deals on products. So that's how they're creating value. How are they communicating value? They do it on ads like the Super Bowl ad that we saw recently, through cross promotions, press releases. So with all that, how are they then capturing that value or increasing price? Amazon Prime's annual fees will increase today for new members from $119 to $139, a 17% increase. So if you're an existing member, your fee will also increase to $139, but your renewal payment will be after March 25th. So with 172 million members, what does this mean for them? Amazon's analyst Mark Mahaney said that the company will add about $2 billion in operating income, assuming that they don't lose any members. But even if they experience a 10 or a 15% drop in membership, still a really good pricing strategy. They've only increased their price a few times. In 2019, the price increased from $99 to $119. So, given all this, that $20 a year increase sounds like a pretty good deal. By the way, if you want to lock in your $119 Amazon Prime rate for another year, you can buy yourself a gift subscription of Amazon Prime before your renewal hits. So don't forget to try that. So that was Amazon, the big company. At the other end of the spectrum is a small company, Oxford Pennant. They create banners and pennants. They were hit really hard by increasing costs. So what Oxford Pennant did is they create value by customizing pennants and providing framing. And they also believe that there's value in being from Buffalo, New York, and sourcing from the US. So when they went to communicate, they did something very interesting. They created an upbeat message to share the bad news with their customers through email and social media. And it goes like this. Darn it. Almost all of our material suppliers raised their price this year. Prices increase suck. But we're dedicated to making it with US sourced material right here in our hometown of Buffalo, New York. So through that communication, they may have actually created more value by building some camaraderie. So the value that they captured was $10 per item on average. They increased, so the custom pennant that they would buy typically for $50, it's now $60 or a 20% increase. Dave Horridge, the owner, said that the business is actually up. The feedback was spectacular, and he's having one of the best sales years ever. So what does this all mean for your business? How are you creating unique value for your customers? And if you have the value, how are you communicating it or even over communicating it? And then how can you capture that value? So regardless of your size or industry, hopefully what you see through all of this is that there's a link. You can't capture the value until you've done the first two. You've created value and communicate value.